At long last, we get to see the first game under the new head coach of the Arizona State Sun Devils, Kenny Dillingham. Tomorrow night, Sun Devils hosting Southern Utah at Mountain America Stadium. And here to talk about the program is the new head coach of the Sun Devils, Kenny Dillingham, who checks in here on Bickley and Marotta Mornings. Coach, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Your anticipation, excitement level, scale of 1 to 10, I'm guessing is about at a 17.5 right now?
Yeah, that's accurate. That's fairly fair. So I'm fired up. I'm excited for our guys to get to go show the work they've put in.
All right, one of the things, Kenny, that I've marveled at is how you manage the news that hit Sunday and obviously hit your players very, very hard. It looks like they're all, from what I can tell on social media, they're in a much better headspace. Tell me what you had to do to kind of get their attitudes and their mindset back to where they needed to be, given the fact that they do not have a bowl game to play for.
The first thing is it's emotional, so you have to make sure they know, like, we're in this together. Like, this is we're in this foxhole together, and you can't just tell them one thing and then instantly get over it. That's not how it works. But to explain to them that take your day and be frustrated and move on. And I think that was the biggest thing that I tried to explain to them was, guys, I gave you a day. I didn't really yell at anybody. I just told people how it was, right? I let us have our day where we had a horrible practice because of it, but it's time to move on. And this program is about life. It's about being lifers, and part of that is being able to respond to adversity, the good and the bad, and success. And how we define success, we explain to them, well, just being the very best we can be at whatever we're doing all the time. And whatever news is ever given to you should have zero effect on that goal. Because if you're just trying to be the very best you are all the time at everything you do, then really these outside circumstances are just kind of noise, and they don't actually affect what you're trying to accomplish. And that's kind of the vision that we had.
Now, obviously, that's a challenge for any coach to go through that situation, but you've also got some guys who have been around, some leaders on this team, Jalen Conyers, Jordan Clark, Trenton Bourget, and others. How much did you rely on them, or how much did they speak up in this process to kind of turn around the mindset after that disappointing news, Kenny?
Yeah, I don't know if there were many words spoken. I think it was actions. I think in moments, really tough moments, I don't think words are great, but actions matter. And I think the actions of our leaders during, I call it Wednesday's practice, but I don't even know what day of the week it was. Whatever the day, Monday, I guess, is a Wednesday.
Yeah.
But during our Wednesday practice, you saw our leaders work. You saw our leaders lead by example. Not many words, actions. And I think that's what I was most proud of is they led by example.
Everybody feels bad, I think, for the seniors who may have looked at this as a goal. Whether it was realistic or not, it's still a profound loss, I would think. How do you handle that subsection of your football team?
Yeah, I think it's just being honest with them and just telling them, this is life. I mean, I don't have a positive way to spin it for you guys. Otherwise, this is what it is. So you can continue to be upset about it, or
right.
We can go show everybody what the work we put in.
Yeah.
And that's really what matters. So it's not, there's not like a positive, great rah-rah speech like, we use it as fuel and motivation and twist it. And no, it's life. Like, bad things happen to people all the time. People enjoy it when it happens to other people.
Yep.
They post about it on Twitter. They retweet it. They send clips of people having bad things happen to them that people think are hilarious all the time. And how do you respond when things happen to you? So it was as clear as that. That was the message.
Kenny Dillingham, the head coach of the Arizona State Sun Devils, our guest here on Bickley and Marotta Mornings. There was so much made, in the months leading up to this point, coaches, as you know, about the roster turnaround. Just the sheer number of new players on this roster from different programs, and that's part of college football these days. All that being said, how pleased are you with the cohesiveness of this team, considering all of these new players as you head into the season?
Yeah, I mean, just talking to the guys, I mean, there's seniors on this team who say this is the closest team they've ever been a part of. And I think that's, to me, when coming here with our staff and and bringing new guys in with guys that were here that was my number one goal, was to build a culture. I still believe culture wins in college football. I believe people who take pride in their institution still wins. People take pride in each other. Selfless people still win. And that was my entire goal, was to build a culture. And I think our guys feel connected with one another, feel connected to this place. They all had to learn the fight song this offseason. We had 5 kids on our team that knew the fight song. Now every kid in our team has had to at least stand up and sing it correctly. And I think little things like that matter.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so when you take a look at all that you've been through, there's been a lot of stuff to deal with this offseason, Kenny. I mean, from the realignment to Camp T to the bowl game issue, I bet you guys are just ready to hit somebody and get on with this season.
Yeah, I was joking around. Obviously, based off the schedule, you get usually one night, where you get to go take your wife out and have like a family night, and that was the night yesterday. Now, I was joking with my wife. I go, hey, we have, after our practice tomorrow, we come and do a team meeting around 5:30, 6 o'clock. I said, once that hits, all my responsibilities to everything but football is going out the window. I am a football coach only. All the other CEO hats and things are gone for the next 36 hours or whatever, 30 hours, and it's football time, and I cannot wait.
Kenny Dillingham, the head coach of ASU, our head coach. A lot of people can't wait, Coach, to see Jaden Rashada. He's been talked about a lot, obviously. He wins the job in fall camp. I mean, what can fans expect to see from Jaden in his first collegiate start?
I think you can expect to see a kid who cares, plays the game passionately, a kid who's probably going to make a mistake or two. He's young. He's going to make a mistake or two, but a kid who responds from those mistakes. And I think that's what I'm most excited to see from him is, you're not – maybe it's not the right way to do it, but I tell him all the time, hey, I'm just waiting until you mess up, bud. And I joke about it. That's what I want to see. I want to see the resilience when that happens, because you're talented enough. You're going to get enough cheers. You're going to make enough of these plays that maybe few people can't make. I'm excited to see your response when things don't go your way, and he's really bought into that, and I feel like he's really grown a lot in terms of, when he misses a throw, even in practice, his response to that. Mm-hmm. And I'm just really excited to see him go out there, play the game confident, and people are going to see a kid who cares, who loves ASU, who came here with a lot of other really good options on the table but wanted to be here in this moment, and a kid who's going to do everything to help ASU football win.
Now, I was told, and I should have realized this, but this is the first time in a long time you're coaching from field level, that you're back on the grass. You've normally been an in-the-booth kind of guy. What's that like for you? Is that an adjustment of any kind? Is it different?
Oh, I'll find out.
That's great.
When we practice, I'm on the field, so that part won't be different. I think the difference would be, I've never been on the field with all the noise, so I think that'll be a difference, just the communicating piece. For me, I think the head coach, usually I'm a math guy, so I can do numbers in my head. So, we'll be able to see if I can think, just call a spade as quickly on the field as I could in the box when it comes to there's 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. It's first down. Well, they have no timeout. So that means 40 seconds. That's how much you can waste. That's 2 minutes of time. That means you need 4 plays to last 20 seconds. If you do that, the game's over. Going through those things in your mind quickly, right? Am I going to have the same tempo? Going to be able to do that? Or am I going to have to get my pen out and do a little math? And we have the charts, and everybody has the charts and all that stuff. But, and I love the charts. I make my own charts, to be honest. I take what people have, and then myself and Coach Butterfield make my own, because all those charts I think are a little too generic. But when it comes to that, that's really the only difference for me is just that atmosphere.
Yep. Kenny, really looking forward to seeing what this all looks like. Thanks so much for the time, and we look forward to talking to you every week here on the show.
Sounds great. I appreciate y'all having me. Go Devils.
All right, thanks. Kenny Dillingham, the head coach of the Sun Devils, making their debut in 2023 tomorrow night against Southern Utah.
Let's go.
He joined us here on Bickley and Marotta Morning.